Assalamu alaikum class, welcome to online lecture number 16 regarding computer programming C++. So today we will discuss about the topic access specifiers. So the last time we have discussed about the class constructors, how we access the constructor, how we call inside the class and outside the class. So you all go through that lecture. And the next topic is about access specifiers. As I told you a little of this topic in earlier sections in the starting lecture of classes, but now in detail we will see what is the concept of access specifiers in the C++. So we are going to move next slide regarding this. So access specifiers, or we can say access modifiers, we can say specifiers or modifiers, both are same, are used to implement an important feature of object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming means whenever we have a class in C++, we have an object-oriented concept in this. So C++ is also we can call object-oriented programming language. Well, so access modifiers are used to implement an important feature of object-oriented programming known as data hiding. So whatever the language is supporting the object-oriented programming concept will have access modifiers and will have the meaning of data hiding, in which we can hide the data. Like we want to show data in some persons, but we will not show to every person. That is what the concept of hiding comes. Clear? So we will move to the next slide to understand data hiding. In real example, we will have an example that the Pakistani secret informatics system having 10 senior members have some top secret regarding the national security. So we can think that 10 people as a class data members are member functions who can directly access secret information from each other. But anyone cannot access this information other than these 10 members. Outside people cannot access information directly without having any privileges. So the information is very critical that only 10 people can share with each other. None of other people can have the access of that information. So in this way that we are given privileges to the 10 members only, but not all others. So that is the concept of data hiding, and we will see how computer programming support this feature in programming point of view. So access specifiers or modifiers in the class are used to set the accessibility of the class members. That is, it sets some restrictions on the class members not to get directly accessed by the outside functions. So it means we will restrict our data, that who will see our data or who will not see our data. So data is very important. Like in your banking systems, your password is encrypted, encapsulated. No one can have access of this except of your network administrator. Maybe he also don't know about your passwords. So some real applications are there in which we have to hide our data. So the public keyword is an access specifier. Access specifiers define how the members, attributes and methods of a class can be accessed. Okay, now there are, we can say, types of access specifier, or we can say the 3 access specifiers. So in C++ there are 3 access specifiers. One is public. What does public mean? Public members are accessible from outside the class. Like inside the class we have a members. That members can be accessed in the class. Clear? Private members cannot be accessed or viewed from the outside of the class. Like in the main function, if you create an object of the class and call the member function, that it will not be viewed. And number third one is protected are members cannot be accessed from outside the class, however they can access in inherited class. So we will discuss protected access specifier in the lecture of inherited class. It is also object oriented feature in C++, encapsulation, inheritance, polymerization. So we will see in our next video lectures that what will be the function of protected. So till now you have the concept of protected is that members cannot be accessed from the outside the class, however they can be accessed in inherited class. So we have access but limited access in protected. Okay, now we will see the example and will also run in the compiler C++. We have a hash IO stream using namespace std. This class is the keyword, my class is the class name, this is the opening and closing bracket of the class, this semicolon ends the body of the class. Public is the access specifier, where public we want to public the integer x. Clear? And we have the private access specifier. As I told you before in the class lecture, that public keyword right and then colon. Clear? So this is its syntax. So what we are creating the class, inside the class we have the access specifier and we have the variables, like we can say attributes and methods. In the private access specifier we have a private keyword and the colon, it is its syntax, and then we are going to initialize the variable. Its data type is integer and y is the variable name, semicolon is the terminator sign. So we have a main function and we have the here opening bracket of the main function. So in the we have a class and we have the variables here. Now what we are going to create an object. My class is the class name and my object is the user defined name. You can write any name here except the keywords and reserved words in the C++, as I told you before. So my object is the user defined name, semicolon. So we are now going to access the member of the class. So how we can access? With the help of dot operator. My object dot x is equal to 25. This is allowed because x is the public, x variable is the public access specifier. We can access it in the main class, but my object dot y is equal to 50 not allowed because y is the private access specifier, so we cannot see it outside the class, and return 0. So here we have a question here. By default, if inside the class we are not going to write the access specifier like public, private or protected, then all members of a class are dash by default if you don't specify an access specifier. So this is your MCQs. So in the end of this lecture you will search by yourself that by default all members of a class are public, private or protected. So let me show you this example on the developer C++ so that you will understand. Clear? So I am going to open developer C++. We are going to file new and we are going to project console application and write our project name. So I just write a program here and we will see is it work or not. Just save it, access specifier.